Hey everyone, hope you're having a great Tuesday. We are right before one of the busier travel days of the year. Obviously, 8:50, so we've got a 9 o'clock newscast. I was going to give you a quick update here. You can watch the recording. Maybe you're watching the replay of this. There's really not a whole lot weather happening over the next few days, so that's good. All right, so let's check it out. Yes, Evan, what's going on in Southwest Missouri? Hope you're doing well. Boy, uh, can't believe Christmas is almost here. Can you believe how fast everything's going? Yeah, you do see I'm doing No Shave November. That's right. That would be definitely interesting if I was shaving and this was still happening. But that was a good observation for sure. Yes, it is 21 days. I shaved on the evening of Halloween, so I didn't cheat at all. And I've been enjoying not shaving. It's nice. And also with the cold weather coming in over the weekend, that's going to make it warm the face a little bit. Hey, your dad did as well. Let's get to the forecast here because we got limited time. So Chuck says, to bring on the white stuff. Well, here's the deal. We're not really going to see it. It almost looks like it right here on our time lapse, but this is just, in fact, a little bit of mist and drizzle that fell out of the sky. We'll put this into motion, and you can see that cloud cover clearing out during the evening led to very briefly a pretty sunset. It was a lot prettier farther west. We got some great photos of that, and then there's that clearing that's taken place. So here's what we've got over the next few days. Pretty quiet weather, to be honest with you. There's not a whole lot happening, and our weather's kind of getting cold now as the sky has cleared. So I hope everybody has a wonderful Thanksgiving. I will be off tomorrow and Thursday, and Friday is my normal day off, and Saturday, and we'll be traveling back on Sunday, so I won't be back until a week, but basically this upcoming Monday. I think Southwest Missouri could see a little bit of a wintry mix, and we're going to get into that, but I don't think it's going to be a whole bunch. Eric says it's 46 degrees and chilly in Colbert, Oklahoma. Yes, it is. And we have a visitor from Mansfield coming down to visit with us tomorrow on Thanksgiving. Very cool. Mansfield had that tornado back in July. That was a pretty nasty one that came through in the early morning hours on that Friday. So there's a look at the 2-day forecast timeline, and you'll see it gets down into the upper 20s overnight tonight. Tomorrow afternoon, high temperatures are expected to be around 50. We should be in the mid to upper 50s for this time of the year. But one thing you'll notice is the abundant sunshine. So here's a look at what we have for the satellite and radar now. The nation's going to be pretty quiet, to be honest with you. There's not a whole lot happening on the West Coast as of now for tomorrow, one of the busier travel days of the year. And then you got all this energy that's on the East Coast. I'll get the camera off the screen so you can see that. The good news is that's going to be moving offshore as we head throughout the rest of our day tomorrow. And then that's going to lead to just some beautiful travel weather. Here's a look at that Thanksgiving travel forecast. And you know how it is if you're doing some flying. I'm sure the baggage claims will be packed. 7 a.m., maybe a little bit of patchy fog possible. That's very limited, but it's going to be potentially in the protected valleys. Wind's probably going to stay up enough where the fog doesn't develop. At about lunchtime, we're in the upper 40s, and we're looking at lower 50s, sunny and cool. Some nice weather for the day before Thanksgiving. Now, we also have another forecast for you. This is looking at some of the other areas across the region. So if you're taking off from XNA, this is what you can expect, as it's going to be pretty sunny. In fact, I think there's going to be widespread sunshine on your Wednesday and then even into Thursday. There's a look at some of the regional airports. Now, that's the future radar. You can see a storm system moving offshore by tomorrow afternoon. Definitely some chilly weather coming. And then there's a look at some of the temperatures. So lower 40s in Denver. It gets even colder on Thursday as it gets close to freezing. Los Angeles will be nice. Orlando will be nice. And some of the regional airports that you can see, New York at 53. So probably not going to be any issues for the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. It does look like it's going to be rather chilly, though, likely colder than normal as that colder weather pattern continues to infiltrate the area. And what we're going to be watching is a big weather system that's on the west coast of the United States. So watch what happens. That big storm system moves east. We'll see a lot of sunshine tomorrow. We're quiet across the nation's midsection, but see that big dip in the jet stream that's occurring off to the west? You can see the upper level flow. This right here is the next big storm system. And this will become what's caused a positive tilted trough Whoa, let me slow that down for you. So right about here, it's a positively tilted trough. There's going to be some cold enough air for Saturday morning that I think it snows in the Texas Panhandle. But now, as you'll see here over time, that this storm system really doesn't dig anymore since it's positive tilt. The majority of the energy stays to the north. That is not a very favorable weather pattern for winter weather around here. And the models are showing this as well. So let's check out kind of a little bit of a zoomed in regional view. This covers Kansas City, St. Louis, Memphis. I'll take the camera off the screen so you can see a little bit more of eastern Tennessee. This is what it looks like tomorrow. Beautiful weather, absolutely gorgeous. It will be chilly. Thanksgiving is looking great as well. Then you'll see all this winter weather that starts to take place off to the west. So here's Friday afternoon. If you're doing any traveling in Colorado or western Kansas, you are going to have to watch out for that. That's a pretty big system, and there's going to be winter weather potential. And we're going to the Texas Panhandle for my wife and her family to spend Thanksgiving there. I'll be spending Thanksgiving at Christmas time with my family. And there you see the winter weather. I think the Texas Panhandle might see an inch or two, maybe 3 inches of snow, especially where we're going in the northeast Texas Panhandle. Then that system kind of shifts off to the east. You see the weather system moving out, and not a whole lot of winter weather here. Now, that's one model. We've got some other models here. This is another view of the winter weather that's off to the west in eastern Kansas or western Kansas, eastern Colorado, southwestern Nebraska. And then that system kind of organizes. But remember, the bulk of that energy will be farther north. Now, I think the European is a little bit underdone on the precipitation in the Texas Panhandle, but it just doesn't look like we're going to see a whole lot of winter weather here. Now, Evan in southwest Missouri, you might be a little closer to that colder air, but still that's also uncertain. Although I think this model, for the most part, is underdoing the amount of precipitation. So one last look at snow accumulations, and you'll get to see that building in eastern Kansas. Keep saying eastern Kansas, eastern Colorado, and western Kansas. So I think that's definitely a bullseye for the potential for some snow. So let's show you here on a little bit of a wider view. GFS really doesn't have it either. So we're going to put the snow, we're going to do regional. And so that's actually not correct because that's one that's already been updated where we did have snow banding. So here we go. Friday, by the time we hit Thursday night into Friday morning, there's already winter weather that's starting to develop. And then you've got here Friday afternoon, Friday night, Saturday morning, and then look at that snow building into the northeast Texas Panhandle. So, and then watch what happens over us. It's just basically in the higher elevations, I think, where terrain is going to affect the temperature, and we're talking about just basically a dusting in higher elevations. And that's basically overnight Saturday into Sunday morning. That's it. That's one model. The other model, the GFS, doesn't have anything as we're getting close to newscast time. I'll show you the GFS, and here's a look a little bit more zoomed in. There's the winter weather that misses the Texas Panhandle. I don't know if I buy that. And then here's Sunday. It doesn't even have anything. So it's interesting how the GFS was showing a lot more just about a week ago. Now it doesn't have anything, and the European does. It's funny how that happens, isn't it, Peyton? Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that wraps it up. So to make a long story short, if you do see snow, it would be in higher elevations. It's not going to be a lot. I don't think we see a whole bunch. We drive to St. Jude's on Sunday, so hit me with some good news, Michelle. You got the good news. Unless St. Jude's is in eastern Colorado, I think you are going to be A-okay. Have a wonderful, safe, and happy Thanksgiving, everyone. I'll see you on the news tonight. Other than Peyton and Zach are holding down the fort. Josh is in tomorrow, but Peyton will be on Thursday and Friday morning.
Yeah, Thursday and Friday morning, hold down the fort.
Right on. We'll see you guys later. Take care. God bless. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Bye-bye.
4, 3, 2, 1.